Hello everybody. We're kind of doing a different stream tonight. Oh, sorry, I just got a text here. Let me confirm this before we dive on in here. Also, the game's not displaying properly. Let me see if I can... Okay. Yes, that's working now. Okay. So let me address this text real quick, and then I will jump right in here. Alright. The texts have been addressed there. Probably will get a response in a little bit, but for now, we should be fine. As I say that, I get the text right away. Okay, so that's good. We're getting research done. I think we need to start research on more stuff here. Do we have to research solar panels to... What is that? I don't remember that. Huh. It must be part of a mod? I think it is, because I don't think this is a normal mod here. Or part of the base game. Do I need solar panels? I don't think I do, but might as well throw them in. They're good to use in recipes, I believe. I also need to start researching plastics. We'll get the plastic letters just to cross that off as well. Ah, yes, we need red belts. Can we escalate this? No. Do that. We'll do the solar panels later. Do need to research explosives at some point here. Which, 100? We're okay for now. We will... This gets us to the tanks, I believe. Yes, because we need military science to get to the little tank. Be able to drive around freely. Oh, railroads. That's what we need. Yeah, throw the railroads on there. Get that going. Automobile. Water transport. I think we need... this more. Either way, we'll just start getting that going so that way we won't have to worry about it as much. Okay, so where we left off, we went down here. What is happening here? Is this right? Anyways, we had made green and red science. We had our viewer friend who was doing a bunch of the science packs. They were helping us with the ratios here, so it's 10 of these red to 12 of the green. And right now it's pretty saturated, so that's looking good. Man, okay, so our inventory here, whole bunch of coal. Man, these controls, I still have to get used to them. Wonder if we can just do that. Just fill up, take away all my coal, perfect. We also put down these furnaces here, which go straight from iron ore to steel. They produce more pollution, so that's the drawback from them. But with burners, it's more efficient because you don't have to use as much coal, and you can route the iron indirectly rather than having to split it like I was before. I think the saturation's really helping with nothing in the mall up here is being processed or built because we're already full on all that stuff. That part's nice. Can we build medium electric poles now? So what's our speed of 30? I feel like we can probably increase the number of labs down here. The electric pole is this. We have some blues, so we just need some labs. Green circuits and gears. Green circuit chest here. I did not mean to grab all of them. I meant shift click. And do I have a gears chest? Yes, right here. Wonderful. Oops. How do I get rid of that Q, I guess? And I'm trying to think of... It must be abiotic factor controls that I'm used to. Okay, let's put a bunch of this steel away. Actually, we don't need the solid fuel on us as well. Get rid of all of that. Most of these stone bricks we don't need. Ah, yes, okay, so we need a bunch of transport belts. Okay, so what I'm thinking about doing is just making a repeatable layout here. Okay, so I have an electric pole at the end of every thing like this. If I do that, there's two here. Oh. That's where I messed up. Okay, got it. Because I need to go here, here, then over here. Okay, wonderful. Then I just do 4 and 4. Do a power check. Okay, we're chilling right now. Okay, everything seems simple enough right now. I'm pretty sure that's all I needed right there. Let me just double check that that's pretty much the layout. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay. So then we'll just copy this. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that should saturate our line for a little bit. Dang, we're burning through this research. Okay. What do we get after researching this? Nothing. Rail line. This, where's our signals? Is that just all in this, maybe? It must be in the signal thing here. Let that charge up for a second. Okay, it looks like 20 labs. It's too much for the red and green science to handle. And luckily we can still upgrade these. Oh, you know what? We can upgrade them to the bigger assemblies. There we go. Should help produce those faster. We'll come revisit that if we need to. We can see the iron is starting to... how do you say that? deplete faster, I guess. I think what I'll do here is I'll shut down the stone for now. Make the iron continue as such. And then right here, I'll have the iron cross on over and go directly in. But now the stone isn't connected. The stone doesn't have to connect till up here. There we go. That'll work. And that should keep both supplies happy. Obviously the one supply of iron right here, or the splitter I should say, it's the one splitting going down just to green circuits. Then it filters off into the red and green, but by the time it gets down there, it's already split into this one, which also supplies to the mall. So I think it's good. I think it's fine. I mean, we'll find out. We'll find out really quick. What is it that we did research, though? Ah, that's right. Okay, so plastics and... oh, sulfur, batteries, and plastic. Okay. And then the red belts. Okay, so these just need gears, more gears, and gears plus green. Do we want to make a small amount of them? Not sure yet. However, we do want to get this going, because I know medium electric poles are very nice to have. So... you know what? I think we'll expand the mall. We'll definitely do it up at the top again. I think that'll be smarter. Man, these controls. Okay. This... big electric poles. Excuse me. There we go. We also want rail lines. Would like to have some pumps. But in order to do the pumps, I need the engine parts. So we'll do an engine. And then what comes from the engine here? The locomotive and the pump, that's right. And then because we have the locomotive, we definitely want the wagon. Do we want to do a car? I don't think we need to automate a car in the mall. Yeah, I don't see us using the vehicle that often to justify doing something like that. Did I already do the radar? Let me turn off the electrical lines here. I'm not seeing one. Okay, so we'll do a radar for sure. I definitely do need to get concrete going. However, I think I'm going to do that elsewhere. I don't think I want to do it here next to the base. We already have all those inserters. Maybe some smart chests? I could set up one of these. I believe that generic white one, yeah, generic smart chest. I thought it said generic white smart chest. I believe we can change the color of it up here in the top left. We can click here. Yes, this is right. And depending on what we have toggled, when we place down those white chests, it just changes the color directly to that. Remember I put this on a while ago, but the whole rail lines and stuff, it seems a bit weird. I don't know it too well. I think it's probably okay, but I just am not used to it. So I'm not blaming them at all. So cable wire, iron stick, and steel. Railway. It's a railway simple one. The same thing as this, just a different, yes, just a different piece of it. So we're gonna need I'm gonna push all these underground. This one forward, split it off here. Take it up. We want to immediately convert it to 3. That should be a good distance. Actually, you know what? I'll pull it in over here and then output over here. Yeah, that looks fine to me. And then we'll turn it here and go on up. Connect it to power there for now. So we'll have the one side with just this copper wire. And that's where these ones, these electric poles, so we also need to get the other side with the iron sticks, which if I'm remembering correctly, is just iron plates. Wonderful. Then we can continue this up here and have 2 inputs. This one can be for the medium electric poles, and this one for the big electric poles. Okay, we finished that research really fast. Start throwing all of these in because we can. Oh, I didn't realize we didn't already research that. Okay. We can cross these 2 off the list? No, we still need steel. I'm thinking we can get away with splitting it off back here and then going up right there. And then this one can connect through. There we go. Okay. Back in business. So then we'll turn this. Connect those there. Not very beautiful, but we will work with it. I think it'll be fine for my needs right now. Yes, because that checks off the steel. Okay, so now we can check these guys off. Now, what else needs steel? Locomotives, pumps, pretty much the rest of those. Okay. So this is the only one that doesn't need steel, as well as... Oh no, the rail does. Holy smokes, they all do need steel. My goodness, this is going to be a very spaghetti mall if I don't do this right. So the engine is required for the locomotive. The pump. Do I have anything else that requires the pump? Or not the pump, the engine. I don't think so. Yeah, I think it's good. So we'll move that down, and then we'll move that down. Okay. The engine will be a little bit later down in the mall, I think, is what I'll shoot for. So that way I'll have more space to work and focus on these four. One of the other things that I have to note is I do need the storage tank here for this one. Oh yeah, let's hover over all these to unlock those. They're not screaming at me the whole time. So it's just iron plates and more steel. Okay. Definitely doable. This one requires copper wire. I should focus on that one here as well with these copper wire coming in. I was going to put rail here and then put stone next to it because I think we do not have everything. Okay, so the rail, we'll just scratch that idea off right there. But iron with green plus steel. And then we're going to have iron on this line. You know what? Maybe we will have iron and green chips combined down. Oh, that's not iron. That could have been bad. We'll just expand all these for now. And then make that line up a little bit. There we go. What we can do, expand this by 1, take a splitter, split both of these. One line here. As such. No, that won't work. Do want to continue that line, and then we'll take this line, turn it here, go underground. This line can just go forward, and then this line we will also sync up with these green chips here. As such, there we go. That's how we'll do this. I think there's a more efficient way to do this. But that's fine. So, this was for this guy, I believe. Iron and green, okay. We expand to here. We'll get electrical poles down. Then we definitely need an output right here. Speaking of an output, these poles are not going to have an output spot. That plan backfired a little bit. Just offset them a little. I don't like it when the wires do this. There we go. And then as far as output goes, we'll just do this and then there we go. Took me a second, but we got there. We'll do 1,000 of each, just because I know when we upgrade the base here, it will need a lot of electrical poles. I also want to set that up. I almost spaced on that. And then this guy still needs steel and copper wire. Which we can get both from over here. We just have to route it over. This way. So we got the copper, and we just gotta get the steel. Wonderful. And then what we can do here, have the steel go on the one side, and then we can just have the copper wire on the other. Terrible design, my bad. There we go. And we will do it as such. And then we don't need that many smart chests, so I'm just going to do 100 of them, or max it out at 100 of them. Okay, so that should take care of smart chest. Wonderful. Then we'll get to the trains and the railway. So for now, let's focus on the radar. Almost said radio. Electronic circuit, gear, iron plate. So this line, if I have it go underground, am I out of underground belts? I am. That was fast. Then I think 100 radars is probably plenty for us. Leveled up again. We'll go ahead and get running up some more. And we do need to make gears here. so that way it can feed in. So then all we have to do is continue this line up to here, feed these in, get some electrical poles. That here, and then redo this wire. Wonderful. And then we'll do the same thing here with this wire. I don't know why it's stretching across the map there. And we just need the one. Only the one electrical pole, so that's very nice. There we go. So that should do it for that section. And now we have the fun part here. All of the rail sections. So engine units will be needed for those three. Yes, we can focus on these four first. Stone, steel, iron, stick. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, okay, so I still have my bus here, which is good. 1, 2, 3. Copy those over, delete those ones, wonderful. So we'll go ahead and extend the bus up to here. That won't work. Okay, so we'll have 2, 3. That's our spacing there. I think we'll move it over by 1 as well. I think that'll give us some room to play with. I should move it over by 2, I'm thinking. Just a feeling that I need some space in here for my belts. We need steel, iron, gears. So more iron, steel, iron, and then rock. Okay. So we can probably get away with doing the rock early on. Doing the rail line. Getting that over with. Let me go ahead and split this off right here. Get the stone, wonderful, and then we'll just throw that as underground for now. Bring this forward a little bit, also split that off. And we're going to need a lot of this iron down here in this part of our mall. Same deal here, we'll put it underground for now since we've already kind of tackled that project. And then I know we're going to need steel as well, so I'm thinking we'll just split it off. Actually, we'll wait on the steel for a moment. Let me finish the rail setup here. I feel like that's too close to split it off. Maybe here. I think that would give us enough wiggle room. For now, all we have to do is this. And then pull off of this same line. Oh, we also need electrical poles over here. I almost forgot that. And we need to craft some more. We'll just get 20 or 40, excuse me. 60, 80, should give us 100. That should be enough to play around with here. We will split it down here. And it just looks weird to have it extend that far. Keep researching here. Research all of these. We can't do that one because of the blue. That up, get that up, and then explosives. Okay. Do I run Windows 98? I do not. That would be one heck of a project. Do you run Windows 98? That's the real question. So we'll space this out a little bit. From down here, this is the part that I'm concerned with. I just didn't want to run out of space. So we'll go ahead and make iron sticks out of this, and then it can go directly into the rails. And I already messed it up because I don't need steel on this line. Oh man. Okay. You know what? I'll keep this. What I'll do is I'll flip this around and then switch this one over to rail lines. As such, I think that will be the solution. And then we can just feed in here, maybe? Well, we need our output and our input. I'd like to do this, which means underground, which means this has to turn here. Okay. At least we have a spot for that now. And then rails, we get like 2,000 of them. We're gonna need a ton of them to get our base up and running right away. Well, not right away, but once we start building an outline, we're gonna need a lot of rails. Now, this is where we split this one off and underground belt that there. And that should do fine. We'll do that. I think I need to split it off again. So many splits. Where does the iron connect back? I just realized that. Okay, so we can't split this right away. And then we go underground here, have the split, and then it goes up. Wonderful. Don't need to split that right away. Can keep that there. Now everything's back to being okay. So this one should be good to set up. Let it run. We've got all the iron that we need. We have all the steel or iron sticks, excuse me. Stone and the steel. Yeah, so the rails are good. We'll get rid of that. So now with what we've got, thinking if we build the storage tank and get that going. Let's see, Max Silver. I am unfamiliar with this game. What are you trying to build? So, Factorio, it's a little complicated for me to explain. I haven't thought about having to explain it before. All I'm trying to do is become more efficient at producing these little green and red bottles down here. So that way, in my research section right here, you can see at the bottom, it'll tell you how much of the sciences that it needs to research. And we are only trying to research to get to this rocket silo and just launch a rocket to get us off the planet. That's how you beat the base game. And then to beat the expansion that they added, the Space Age DLC, you go and visit other planets and you build factories on those planets and pretty much launch yourself into deep space. And once you launch yourself out of the solar system that you're in here, that's when the game officially is beaten. So right now, all I'm trying to do is get what they call a mall set up. And all it does is I'm just trying to get a bunch of items that I can quickly grab in order to build a more efficient base later. The running meme and the easiest way to tell how far someone is in a playthrough is if they have concrete or stone bricks on the ground. Once you have stone bricks or concrete, it is no longer considered a starter base. So until then, this is considered a starter base. You can have as much spaghettified and terrible looking what are these called, belts, going every which way. So all I'm trying to do is just create items as efficiently as I can, just as a little challenge for myself. So with these rails here, eventually I'll be able to build a rail network around my base. And then I like to build my bases depending on how my rail networks are set up. That was a fun little challenge. That was a good question. Thank you. I like that. Anyways, okay, so I was going to say I think we're going to focus on these storage tanks. Spaghettified routing is my specialty in these types of games. So these types of games, what games have you played that are like Factorio? Is it, what is that one called? They like to call it 3D Factorio. Man, I'm spacing out. Hold up, let me pull up Steam. I know it starts with an S. Satisfactory, that's it. That's right. So have you played Satisfactory? Is that one of the games, or is there something else resource management wise that you have played? So we have the rail network, or not the rail network, excuse me, the rails here. So let's focus on getting the storage tanks up and running. Mindustry and Minecraft is what I've played before. Oh yeah, I guess Minecraft would be thrown into this. Do you play with mods? Because I've seen those mods where they... what's the... There's the meme going around where it's the type of players that when they spot andesite, they just go crazy. I think it's called Craft or Create Mod. Create Mod sounds right. Or do you just play vanilla Minecraft and that's your extent of modding that? So I don't think I need... Well, I guess I can store some of them. Yeah, I'll build it out a little bit. I can store... Well, I don't need to build it out. I can just put it right here. That's fine. Have it come in. We'll have an output here. Put a chest as a buffer. Dang it. That's a part that I forgot about. Let me delete that and then paste it here. I'm getting distracted so easily right now. Wonderful. So that takes care of the storage tank, and then we just need to grab from the storage tank. We don't need that many storage tanks. We'll just do the 2 slots. We're going to connect this one to a circuit here, enable this. We'll say if there is... How many are in a stack? I just realized that. I don't know. 50 in a stack. Okay, we don't need that many in here. Or I guess I can do that, and then if this is greater than 50... Excuse my microphone bump. I bet that picked up pretty loud there. So if this chest contains more than 50, then it should enable. And then that gives me 50/100, depending on how we want to look at that. Extra just sitting there in the reserve, ready to go. So we need iron plates. No, we don't. We just need gears and pipe, which come from the iron plates. Max silver. One of my more impressive creations. It's called a quarry. It automatically mines the terrain and harvests the resources. Oh, that's pretty cool. Which game is that in? Is that in Minecraft? Oh, let's see. I missed your other chat here. I play vanilla Minecraft, designing machines in that game. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Do you use, like, commands, then, to design the machines, or do you use, like, redstone? Let's see. So, steel plates, iron, storage tank. So I think I just need steel plates coming off of this. I'll just split it again because I can. I don't see any issue with doing it that way. Oh yes, we leveled up here. Wonderful. We'll get that going. Ah, here's the iron, okay. And then, because we want the iron to come in, technically could put it right here. Do I want it to be that tight, or do I want to use the space up above? I think I can get away with using that space and doing that. Should be fine. We'll make some pipes and friggin' gears, okay. And then what we can do is we can pull from the exact same spot. It should save us some electricity. Or electrical pulls. Not like we can't just build more. Let's see, Max Silver says, redstone and other useful game mechanics. It's gotten annoying the past couple of years because of the new updates constantly break community-made machines. Do you play Java or Bedrock? I know that that's a big difference with redstone as well. Also, if you have a favorite redstone clock, I'm curious to hear what you like to use. I think the clock that I use, my friend Orca Wizard, I think he calls it Ithos redstone clock. I think that's the one that I use the most. It has like the 4 redstone repeaters, and 2 of them go in one direction and then 2 coming back the other way, and it just pulses the signal. And then you can change it, obviously, as you change the... Man, I just said the name of them, the redstone repeaters. There we go. Okay, so this one should be done. I just need to put it in a chest here. And then again, I don't need that many, so I'm just gonna max out this chest, or block out the chest with these red boxes here. Make sure it can't put any more in there, so it doesn't produce, let's say 1,000 of them, and I'm only gonna use like 100 through this entire playthrough. Or I don't need 1,000 just sitting in a chest, so that should be plenty. And then since this one's right here, the fluid wagon, we can go ahead and get the cargo wagon next to that one. Iron, plate, steel, and gear. We can do another gear, excuse me. Let's just get the output right next to it as well. And same dealio with that. As I was saying before I interrupted myself, I was gonna put this line up here for gears, and then I'm gonna turn it to... Why is it not turning? Oh, I'm pressing E instead of R. That would make a difference. Go up one more. Yeah, this is fine. We'll just do that. That should be fine. So, gears, plates, and steel. So the only thing we're missing from this one then is just steel. Which we can get right here and just feed directly in. Wonderful. Now all that will have power, it will have an output. Okay. So now, engines, which typically take a lot of time and resources and a lot of iron plates, which is why I was trying to put it further down in my mall, so that as the resources get pulled off for the vast majority of items, anything that requires these engines can be pushed off till later in the cycle. So I didn't need to split this one off, so I'm going to redo that, so that way the resources go where I need them to go. Actually, once this turns on, it'll saturate after a little bit. The Max Silver says, have you ever seen gear hobbing machines? I don't think I have. Let me do search here on that. Gear hobbing machines. Oh wait, are we talking like gear hobbing machines in Minecraft or in real life? Because there are... I know about the real life ones. I just didn't realize that's what they were called. Do they even have these in Minecraft? Is that even a thing? In real life. Okay, yes, okay. So, I've never seen one in real life, but yeah, I know of what you're talking about, but what of them? Why are you pointing these out? Or are you just saying that that's what this reminds you of, this gear icon? Yeah, assembly machines are essentially that. They're just put together different parts, so that's really cool. A big part of this game also is automation, and being able to use automation in order to expand more. What else do I need to research? This quality modules, I can, well, that's 500. I don't know if I want that yet. I guess I do need to research the blue science. That would be handy. I think they are cool. Yes, I like how they mass produce such small items sometimes. You can get some pretty big ones of the gear machines, but like I like how do you say that? If you're trying to make a bunch of like little tiny springs for ballpoint pens, stuff like that, you can watch those machines just crank those out, and it's really satisfying to me. Okay, so we just need the iron. I think I'm just gonna max out these. Do I need steel? I do need steel. Okay. So I won't route that one quite yet. I know I don't need the copper wire. I do need the green chips. Okay, so I won't send that one quite yet as well. Let me set up for these engines. I'll need to convert the iron down to gears and pipes. One tile off here. There we go. Gears and then pipes here. And then I do need some more fast inserters, so I'm gonna go grab some of those. And since we need to get the steel going, I think I'll do it here. Nah, that won't work. That won't work. Not enough space here. I don't have the red belts being automated right now, so it's not going to be long enough to go underground that far. Maybe a way to do it this way instead, and doing gears and then the pipes here. We can put the outputs on the outside here, have them meet up in the middle, and this will help the belts be exactly what we need them for. Man, that looks bad. There we go. We'll do that for now. What I'm thinking about doing here is having steel come through here. Yes, this is looking good so far. And then I'm going to cut it off here for now because I know that's exactly where I want the steel to come in. So I'll connect that back here and then have it stop here and wait while I set this up. So what I want to do... Actually, I need more of these assembly machines. And grab some more. Just grab 50. Like how this whole second part of the mall is still shut down. So, let's get... Where is it? Oh, that's right, it's over here. I'm gonna do 6 of these. Just because they take a while to produce out of these. So I'm gonna double up on these as such, and then put electrical, electrical, and then output, output. Wonderful. I guess I'll just send the line upwards. That's probably fine. And then, oh, we don't want to copy it yet. This is where we want the splitter to happen. And then we will go underground here and above ground here. And then that. So it's the same principle that we applied down at the labs. Go ahead and delete most of this. So we don't want that to interfere with our setup that we have going on. Above that one, that one. Can I paste it here? It looks like I can get away with that. Yes, wonderful. Because if we needed to, we could have just extended this down. But this way they'll spread out evenly, exactly where we need them to go. And then yeah, we can just connect this steel directly up right here. That's perfect. 12 seconds for these things to produce, so it'll take a little bit, but we'll have some on hand, so that'll be fine. So now we need the locomotive, which requires the green and some iron. Okay. Iron and steel. Not to be confused with flint and steel. I'm thinking right here we'll branch off, go this way, and then we will build one underground red in our inventory here so we can just jump across to all of that, get a green belt going, and then we don't have to have the copper go underground at all. And then we can delete that, have this run over, and then because of how we have this set up, we'll all stick on the one side. So what I'll do is I'll have this go out, up, and then in, except that's backwards, so that would do absolutely nothing for us. Instead, what we'll do is that. Now it'll fill up both sides of the belt, so we'll be able to stack more, except I'm realizing this is not an even amount, so I'll just extend this one more because I can. There we go. That should be good there. And then Oh, another level up. Get some more legs going. Wonderful. And then since it's doubled up here, I think this is where we want to build our locomotive ingredient. And then also, at the same time, we can build our... what was the other one? Pump. That's what it was. And we will pull directly from the engine section right here. Set a... I guess we can't really set off a branch off right here. We'd have to set the branch off here. Keep it this way. We are going to Control X this. And then paste here. That way we can get a chest here of the engines. Oh, I guess I don't need to make a circuit network for that one since I just kind of blocked it off. But steel and iron and steel. Okay. Steel plus pipes and then steel plus green chips. Either way, so we just need 2 lines of steel going on. Do this. Get that branching off. In fact, I think we can get away with doing that and then just expand it as such. Because all we need is 1 connection to the iron, and then we can push it right back out onto the conveyor belt. As all we need are the gears. No, pipes. I'm glad I double checked. There we go. And then this needs to go into a underground. Yeah, we can just do that for now. We can fix it in a second. That will be fine. And we'll split it this way as well. And this can turn and go directly into here. So we have the 2 lines. Perfectly balanced. More red underground. And then the output chests on the other side here. I already finished all of the research. I guess we can start researching all of this. Get those in the works. We get the quality modules right now. I don't think we want to waste the resources on it quite this early. We will want to get them, just not yet. Maybe these. Yeah, it should be fine for now. And then here we'll have this split. Go right there. There we go. Now everything will saturate and it will be good. then we got 2 chests here. Don't need that many pumps, and these are locomotives, so I'll just get the 10. That should be plenty. So now we'll double check the wiring here. This does not have wiring. That needs wiring. Wonderful. Okay. I think we just have to connect this to power now, and then we should be good. Huh, so the green and red actually caught up. It actually did saturate, so we were fine just by upgrading the assembly machines to assembly line 2. So that's really good. Yeah, those saturated very, very well. There it is, the iron depletion right here. Because we split off so much iron already. Just to crank out some of these random materials that we don't really need much of. Which means everything else down the line is going to be suffering for a while. I'm just going to limit this to 1,000 for now, until we can saturate the rest of these lines. Check. We're probably going to need to expand. Just not yet. Power is fine for now. Wow, those pipes came in fast. Oh, I guess because the line down here is saturated. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. It's the very last thing that the iron plates go to. So once they run out of pipes here, it'll be clear and clean. Okay. Wonderful. Let's see some of the things that we already researched here. They're gonna be the red chips, plastics and sulfur. Excuse me, they're over here. There we go. The red chips, sulfur, batteries, plastic. So we definitely need to get those going. Oh, I didn't know that I could just make steel from the iron plates, but it looks... I don't know, it just seems weird that there's 2 separate recipes. Oh, because of the double. That's what it is. Okay, got it. We are good. Thumbs up. Okay, I lied. This will not be a 4-hour stream. My availability has changed. I need to get going here in a couple minutes, so what I will do instead, now that I have a lot less time than what I was anticipating, I will prepare and remind myself what we're going to do next time that we join in here. So we need red chips, but that also means that we need... Where's my chemical plant? There it is. We need sulfur, plastics, and batteries. So we're going to be working with a lot of the liquids and oils up top. Probably up here in these fields here, because they just kind of made it, and then they just have been producing solid fuel, and I've just left it at that. I haven't had them do anything else. Especially since we have the coal here and the iron. The iron's going to be very helpful. I know that we were talking about doing the rail line going around this square here that I set up. I'm not exactly sure what kind of rail system that I want to set up yet, but I know I obviously do want one. That will be very handy. Anyways, alright, I gotta get going. Thank you everybody that was available to join the stream. I do appreciate it, especially Max Silver 4197 and his comments. That made me happy to be able to talk about, I guess, just the random things that we talked about. But being able to talk about Minecraft was kind of fun. I've never actually played Mindustry. If I'm remembering it correctly, it's the one that you play multiplayer of, and it's like you're a bunch of, not goblins, dwarves, that's what I'm thinking. Let me make sure I'm thinking of the right game. Let me look it up here on Steam. Mindustry. Oh gosh, I was way off. This game. Okay, so I've heard about this game. I've actually never seen any gameplay of this. So I'm not sure how it actually compares to Factorio. Tower defense, base building, resource management, excuse me, and real-time strategy are the tags for the game here. It looks just like Factorio in terms of it looks like they have belts and belt systems, and the resources go down, but it looks like instead of the belts being 2x2, or excuse me, not 2x2, well, I guess technically they are, but instead of the resources as such, where it's 1 and 1, is it 2x4? I think that's what the, yeah, 2x4. It looks like Mindustry is a 1x1. That's what it's looking like to me. Anyways, as I said, I gotta get going. I apologize for the change in the stream length. I was not expecting to already have to go. Thank you everybody again for joining. Have a great, great day.